Men all around the world are seeing a decrease in testosterone. Studies have shown that men's testosterone levels are much lower now than they were 15 years ago, and we'll discuss some of the various causes for that. Today, I'd like to discuss some of the warning signs that can indicate falling or low testosterone levels. For the sake of brevity, I'm going to break up today's video into 3 parts. In this first part, I'll talk about a few of the reasons why men's testosterone levels are falling. Even if you're under 30, your testosterone levels will start to drop naturally at the rate of roughly 1% per year, so I'll talk about warning signs in the second chapter. The last third of this video delves into some of the measures you can take to increase and sustain your body's production of testosterone on its own. Let me start by saying why this is the case. Men's falling testosterone levels raise the question of why. The first thing we need to talk about is our respective weights. Exactly what do you think should be done? Recently, there has been a rise in the prevalence of obesity among adults 20, 30, and 40 years of age. Compared to several decades before, Americans have gained weight. If you put on weight, your testosterone levels will inevitably decrease. You'll also notice an increase in estrogen. To me, it's unclear why we're all getting so tall. This leads me to the second reason we don't go out as often. In comparison to their parents, today's Americans have a much lower mobility rate. We've both taken our seats for the time being. As of late, we've been a lot less active. Nowadays, people eat and exercise less than ever before. Compared to the diets of our ancestors 30 years ago, our fare is drastically different. Increasingly, we are consuming processed foods that are high in chemicals, junk food, and saturated crap. Our testosterone levels are directly related to the quantity and quality of the food we consume. The basic rule is that eating better raises testosterone levels. Substances that disrupt hormones is an acronym. Hormones are produced and secreted by the endocrine system. PBA, a chemical found in plastics, is used in many of the products we use every day, with grooming items being among the worst offenders. The PBA I've been using is obviously a very dangerous EDC chemical. Every beverage you consume afterwards rests in its respective plastic container. PBA seeps into the water system, making it unsafe for human consumption. One of the worst offenders in terms of testosterone loss is found among personal care items. Exactly what do you think should be done? Symbolic objects are not permitted. You must immediately begin your search for appropriate documentation. Sulfates aren't included either. The closest thing to a paraffin lamp is paraffin wax. Weaponized sulfites can cause serious harm. Sadly, they're both bad for your physical health. If you want things to get better, you need to start with the tools you already have. You guys are smart enough to realize that if a product is of high quality, it will make some sort of claim about being free of something. Parabens, sulfates, animal testing, veganism, etc. You need to start looking into these right away. Deodorants, however, are among the most dangerous items you can use, so I want to briefly mention them. Hence, if it's an antiperspirant deodorant, then aluminum must be a key ingredient. Exactly what do you think should be done? Aluminum is blocking your sweat ducts. Without perspiration, the lymphatic system can't carry away waste products. Everybody needs to get their sweat on. The vast majority of commercially available ball powders and body powders contain harmful substances and should be avoided by men. It's crucial that the standard of your products be raised. Gentlemen, I'd like to talk about some of the warning signs of low testosterone. For starters, no more morning wood. You wake up every day and find that you are as solid as a rock. The situation is very normal. Also, you'll be getting quite a few of them if your testosterone levels are average. On the other hand, if you see that this is diminishing and you are no longer receiving them, that is a hint. Memory problems are another sign of low testosterone. If your memory isn't what it used to be, or if it's not as good as you remember it being. Forgetfulness, trouble remembering names and faces, and an overall increase in the difficulty of formerly easy tasks are all symptoms of low testosterone. If your testicles are getting smaller, it may be a sign that your testosterone levels are low. The fact that they are noticeably smaller than usual is cause for concern. regardless of whether this diminution has been gradual or rapid. Exactly what do you think should be done? Some newborn guides nowadays have smaller testicles and wigs than their fathers because of chemicals produced by the mother's body. Several studies show that some men are having their testicles, and by extension, their weenie, surgically shrunk to an increasingly small size. That's right, because testosterone levels are so low in a developing baby. For the most part, because of the toxins found in the beauty products these women utilize. It's probably your mother's fault if your balls are tiny. On the other hand, you do know that we often make fun of bodybuilders for having small nuts, right? Testicular atrophy. When you infuse your body with testosterone, your cells respond by saying, "Hey, I don't need to work as hard as I was, so I'm going to take a nap." That settles it. I'm shrunken down to size. Hence, if you've seen a decrease in the size of your balls, it's a warning sign that they aren't functioning as effectively as they previously did, and you should have them checked, regardless of whether or not you've been injecting the juice. Reduced seed size is an additional alarming sign that decreased testosterone levels are already at work in your body. Does it quiet down as soon as you go to work? Your testosterone levels will naturally drop as a result of this. The effects of aging include a gradual loss of mass and volume. Your testosterone levels will increase as well. Next, a decrease in muscle mass or an increase in body fat percentage are common indicators of a testosterone deficiency. You might fit this description if you have problems gaining weight. You seem to have a tough time bulking up. This could be an indication that your testosterone levels are low, like those of wild salmon traveling upstream to breed. If you're always worn out, you'll never have the energy to accomplish anything. It's a huge warning sign that something is wrong with your testosterone levels, guys. In conclusion, I'd like to talk about a group of signs that are all related to hair. It's important for men to be aware of the unusual symptoms associated with low or falling testosterone levels. When you wait around long enough, the pubis will lose some of its weight. So if your pubic region isn't as full as it used to be and you're wondering, hey, what's going on? You might want to pay attention to the signs. The loss or thinning of underarm hair is another symptom of low testosterone. Yet, because heredity does play a role, having a thick posterior and a big mane may be an indication that your testosterone level is actually a little bit low. In contrast, testosterone levels and the rate at which testosterone is converted to dihydrotestosterone are both associated with hair loss and male pattern baldness, PhD. Pattern hair loss in men occurs more frequently when testosterone levels are high because greater testosterone leads to more of the androgens being produced. Guys, in this essay, I'll go over several easy things you can do to boost your testosterone and keep it there. Get some heavy lifting done. Make use of the gym's facilities. See how your body holds up under stress. Lifting heavier loads causes your body to release more free testosterone, which has a direct impact on your sense of self-worth. This is your body's way of appreciating all of your efforts in the gym and the other positive care you provide. As a second piece of guidance, try to eat healthier and more cleanly. Lay down the disposable cup. Metal or glass water bottles are preferable to plastic ones. You should try to eat more organic or free-range meats because some of the hormones used to make cattle bigger, stronger, and sexier may not be safe for human consumption. Another category of food that does your body no good is dairy. A daily intake of as little as half a cup of dairy was associated with a 30% increased risk of prostate cancer in men. All of the milk we consume originates from cows that are either expecting calves or currently nursing a calf. We can safely assume that lactating cows are pregnant cows. There are usually quite a few of these pregnancy hormones in milk. Simplistically phrased, we put them in our mouths. Our testosterone levels and general health are both negatively affected by these hormones. Reduce your daily alcohol consumption. Alcohol has many harmful consequences for the body, including a decrease in testosterone. While drinking beer may lower testosterone, it certainly stimulates the production of estrogen. Beer's major ingredient is hops, a phytoestrogen. Plants naturally contain estrogens, which are called phytoestrogens. Beer drinking is linked to an imbalance in hormones, specifically estrogen and testosterone. The negative consequences of cannabis use on testosterone and seed health are becoming increasingly evident. There are a lot of studies and numbers to look at, guys. I have no desire to be a party pooper in any way. In the end, all I care about is keeping your testosterone levels sky high. If one wants to maximize testosterone levels, reducing the size of his man boobs should be the last thing he does, not the first. You should make an effort to lose weight. When it's high, estrogen dominates and testosterone plummets. Due to increased estrogen production, it is becoming increasingly common among young males. As we've already established, a high body fat percentage is associated with increased estrogen and decreased testosterone. Recognizing the warning signals, seeking medical attention if needed, and making the aforementioned lifestyle adjustments can all help you keep your testosterone levels in check.